So today we'll start design of beam. So design of beam also consists of model 5. So it consists of design of beam. So mainly we have to design two types of beam here. One is laterally supported and laterally unsupported. Before going to design, so we need to understand what do you mean by beam, different types of beam, design steps, behavior. We have to understand laterally stability of beam. Then we'll go for design. So here one more thing you just understand, according to your syllabus only we have to design laterally supported beam. So laterally unsupported beam only design step is required, so no numerical according to your syllabus. So in this video I will try to identify or explaining about the beams, what is beam and what are the different types of beams. This much is the first video. Okay, so now I will start with the introduction, design of beam. So introduction, so we already know about the beams because we already discussed in the RCC. We can say the beam, or you can say beam is a structural member that is resist vertical deflection, or you can say it is a primarily compression member. So same thing, same definition is applicable for steel member also, only the thing is changed. There we are designing RCC beam, here we are designing the steel beam. So I start with introduction. So a beam is a structural element that is capable of withstanding load primarily by resisting bending. So it resisting bending. The bending forces induced into the materials of the beam, a result of the external load on weight and external reaction to this load is called as bending moment. So bending moment, what is bending moment? The self weight of the body plus live load and external forces is acting on the body that make the structure to the bend. So that is only they say here, the beam is a structural element that is capable of withstanding load primarily by resisting bending. Okay, the bending forces include or induce into the material of the beam as a result of the external loads on weight, external reaction to this load is called as bending moment. So now here the beam is also subjected to shear force also, because in RCC we know we design only mainly for main bars because of main tension bars for bending moment, compression bars also for bending moment, but shear force we are designed for vertical steps. So here the beam consists of shear force as well as bending moment also, shear force and bending moment. So beam is also subjected to shear force. Beam generally carry vertical gravitational force but can also be used to carry horizontal load, that is load due to earthquake or wind load. The load carried by a beam are transferred to the column or wall or girder, which then transferred to the force to the adjacent structural compression member. This phenomena we already know. The forces from the beam is transferred to the column to the foundation, or column to the foundation. In the steel we can say column to base plate to the foundation without failing. So that is only they are telling here. So next time you understand what is the different types of beams. So beams are classified depending upon the shape available in the market. In the RCC what happened, we can make any type of the shape, but in steel structures we have to design our beam depending upon the available shape in the markets. Okay, so here different shapes are available. They given different beam shapes depending upon the shapes. The beams can be different cross section depending on the span and loading and are shown below. So now first diagram showing I section. The I section consists of only, so I section will design for column also, for beam also, but mainly we have to understand ISHB is preferably refer for column. So ISHB you can't able to design as beam. If in the problem they given, no need, you can solve, but if you are taking any beam, you choosing the cross section from the steel table, don't select ISHB. ISHB preferably designed for the column. So now now which other section you can applicable here? They given I section, ISMB, ISWB or ISLB section you can use for I section. Similarly, this is consists of single I section. In the second diagram, they given two I section with cover plates. So the two I section will place with the cover plate. This is second type. Third type, only I section with the cover plates, single cover plate on both the flanges. Now here the I section one above the other. This is two I section, one above the other. Next we'll go for this all diagrams. This is for gantry girder. So they are given three diagram: I section with the cover plates, I section cover plate, and one more I section. They given the angle channel section. Here they given I section, base they given cover plate, at the top they given channel section. This are section used for gantry girder. And next diagram they given actually cross section of plate girder. When you see, this is I welded I section, and this figure is consists of two angle section placed back to back at top and bottom with I section. So I section connected with the two angle section back to back, top and bottom. This two cross section used for plate girder. And this section we already know many time. You can see this used for bridges or metro bridges, or some cases they use for railway bridges, or you can say for flyovers. Okay, so last one is your box section. So these all different type cross section is used in the types of beam depending upon cross section. So now here they given what are the use. So first section, simple I section are used for normal span and loading with all the geometrical properties available in the IS 800 2007 is given. I section are used for normal span. Only single I section we can use for normal span and load with all the geometrical properties available in the IS 800 2007. Not available in the IS 800, it is available in the IS 800, and similarly IS SV6 2007, that is steel table. Now all the other section indicate in the figure are build up section. Other than I section, remaining all the section are build up sections. These sections are used when the normal I section become inadequate due to large span and loadings. These sections are also used due to the other functional requirements, because where you can't able to single I section, there you can use build up section depending upon different shapes. Now the given I section with cover plates are used when the loads are heavy. So because we already know this, because design of base slab, when designing this, maybe I section is single I section or it is build up section. When the loads is more, will provide cover plate to carry heavy loads. Okay, the given I section with cover plates are used when the loads are heavy and the section and the spans are large. So when the spans are large and loads are heavy, we can use I section with double cover plate. If the depth of the beam is restricted due to functional reason, smaller depth I section with cover plates can be used. When depth of the section also restricted because of so many reasons, that time also we can use I section with the cover plates. And additional cover plate increase the lateral load resistance with the IYY. The lateral, because what happened, it increase the additional cover plate increase the lateral load resistance with IYY, means vertical direction the resistance of the load will be increased. The properties of ISMB, ISW section with cover plate are available in SV6. ZPZ has to be obtained from the calculation. ZPZ is nothing but sectional modulus, that is you will get from the code flow, that is we can find by m divided by Fy into gamma m naught, that I will discuss in the design steps. Okay, now the two I section with cover plate can be used with very heavy loads and span act on the beams. So it is, we already know two I section you can use for heavy loads. The properties of these sections are not available in SV6. Is not available, have to calculate it. This type of section is not available in the SV6 or steel table, you have to calculate. Two I section placed one above the other are used when the loads are light, when large span, where deflection is main criteria. The properties of this section also not available in the SV16, we have to calculate. Both I section we have to calculate. Gantry girder are used in the industrial building to lift loads, and typical section used are indicated to the figure. This we'll discuss in detail in the semester, in next semester, because we have to design the design of gantry girder and welded plate girder. So there you can understand details. For only understand what is girder, gantry girder means gantry girder are used in the industrial building to lift loads and typical section use are indicated to the figure. The properties of this section are available in steel table. ZP is that you have to calculate. Okay. Plate girder are used where the span exists 20 meter. Plate girder where you use the span is more than 20 meter and loads are heavy. Loads are very heavy. These properties of section also available in the steel table. ZP is that the section models we have to calculate. So last is Castells beam. Beams are special section fabricated for I section and are used for light loads and large span. The openings are advantageously used for service lines. Okay. So last is in all build-up beams the fabrication cost is higher due to the provisions of connection between the elements. Initial cost is more. Now in this video this much is enough. Next classes I will discuss about the section classification and remaining topics.